Hi guys, okay, now let's look at one of the exam questions again that was asked now in the June paper. Okay, so this asks you to simplify to a single trig ratio. Okay, so please remember your cast, all of your quadrants here, quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, this is theta 180 minus, 180 plus, 360 minus, etc., etc. Okay, so now let's start. Tan of 180 degrees plus theta is positive, meaning that it is just equal to tan x. Okay, now this is cosine of 360 degrees minus x in the fourth quadrant, and that is positive cosine x. Now this is x minus 180 degrees. Now if you guys can remember from last year, I told you that whenever we have x minus, we can say plus 360 degrees. To change that to 360 degrees minus 180 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. So this is technically x plus 180 degrees, or 180 degrees plus x, which is 180 degrees plus x in the third quadrant. But we know that sine is negative there, so this is negative sine x. Okay, now next we can say cosine of 90 degrees plus x. So 90 degrees plus x is in the second quadrant, and cosine is negative there. But because it's a cofunction, 90 degrees, we have to change it to times by negative sine x. Then we have plus cosine 720 degrees. Now 720 degrees is equal to 2 times 360 degrees. 360 degrees plus 360 degrees brings us back to 0. Plus x is in the first quadrant, so that is plus cosine x. Now this last one here, cosine of negative x. That means it's literally just negative 0 degrees minus x is another way we can say it. So minus x is in the fourth quadrant, and cosine is positive there, meaning that we times by positive cosine x. Okay, now let's simplify this. If I have tan x, I can change it to sine x over cosine x, and then it times by cosine x. Excellent. Okay, divided by negative times a negative is a positive. Sine x times by sine x gives you sine squared x. Cosine x times by cosine x gives you plus cosine squared x. Now we know that we can cancel these two cosines because this is technically over 1 and they are going to cancel, which means I have sine x left on top. Now this is an identity. Sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equal to 1. So this is divided by 1, so we don't even need this step. And this is then just equal to sine x. And there is your answer.